So can you derive the transfer function for this tank? Let's say this is Q1, this is Q2. This is R1, this is R2, Q0 H. Can you derive the transfer function H of S by Q0 of S? More or less we follow the same time, 5 to 6:30. So because before 5 somebody told it is not possible, but mornings I will explore. Maybe is there any chance of 6:30 to 7:30? So what is the transfer function of this tank? So what is the model that you will get is Q0 minus H by R1 minus H by RT is equal to A into dH by dt. So then, so write this thing, then what you get is H of S by, what is the transfer function that you get is R1 R2 by R1 plus R2 So this is the transfer functionality. This is the dynamic model. So is everybody solve this one? So next problem. Now let's take another tank. Another tank. Q. This is Q naught. This is H. But what is Q here is C root H. This is the model. So what is transfer function? So can you try to derive transfer function here? These are called as non-linear models. This is something which you call it as non-linear models. C is a constant. So now you start writing, you will stuck somewhere. Q naught minus Q equal to A into dH by dt. What is Q naught? Q naught is as it is, minus what is Q is? C root H into dH by dt. Now for the steady state model, if you write Q naught of S minus C root Hs, it's equal to A into dHs by dt. So what happens? Q naught of S, this will go nicely, will become capital Q naught minus C of root H minus root Hs, which is equal to A into capital dH by dt. So this is a problem. You can't combine it to a deviation variable. So if you write, let's say, Q naught minus C into root H minus root Hs is equal to A into dH by dt. So this you can't derive the transfer function, no? Then what do you do? How do you derive the transfer function now? So how do you derive the transfer function here? Can you convert root H into a function of H? Is it possible? Basically, if we have this term, something like this, root H or let's say non-linear terms, you can't derive the transfer functions. Is there any way you can translate this root H into a function of H? Clear? That is where the concept of Taylor series comes into picture. That is, use this root H, use this, let's say, root H. Can we write as a function of H? So how do we write this function of H is, let's say, f of x equal to f of xs plus x minus xs by 1 factorial into f dash of xs plus x minus xs by 2 factorial into f double dash of xs. This is what Taylor series. Correct or not? Then how do you do, let's say, root h is root hs plus h minus hs by 1 factorial into what is root h integral? What is root h integral? What is root x integral? Or let's say differential, sorry. What is differentiation of root x? Basically 1 by 2 root x, that is 1 by 2 root hs. So if we take this one and substitute here, then what happens? Q naught minus c equal to root hs plus h minus hs by 1 factorial into 1 by 2 root hs minus root hs, which is equal to a into, this is capital dh by dt. So root hs will cancel. So q naught equal to this h minus hs will become capital H by 2 root hs equal to a into dh by dt. This is the equation. Now you can derive the transfer function. Apply Laplace transform on both sides and derive the transfer function. So this is what is called as when you have non-linear terms, you have to linearize them using the Taylor series. Suppose you can have sin h in the equation. Then let's say q can be c sin h or c cos h. Any non-linear terms that you have to translate them into linear terms using the Taylor series. So what is the answer that you are getting? So why neglecting the further terms in series? Because if you take this square, you can't write in the, let's say you get a x square h square, then you can't write the transfer. So that is why we are taking only up to single point. So what do you get? Q naught of s minus c by 2 root hs into h of s. Because if I write h square, then what happens? You will get h square here, no, plus something something h square. If I have h square, then how do you write the let's say transfer function? Transfer function should be linear term, no? Then only you can write the transfer function. A into s into h of s. So what is h of s by q naught of s? 2 root hs by c, 2 root hs by c into a. So as we move higher powers, you can't take the common. Like here, whatever the output and inlet variable should be power 1 only. Then only you can write transfer function h of s by q naught of s. Sorry, there is no h of s here. It is taken out now. So this is how you write, let's say, for non-linear models. Non-linear models, how do you solve? Suppose if I have a pump which is connected to a tank, which is connected to a pump, which is Q naught, Q. Here Q is constant, it doesn't change because it is connected to the pump. H. Can you derive transfer function now? So can you derive the, here, what is the model? Q naught minus Q equal to A into dH by dt. Steady state Q naught of S. In steady state is also this Q is same into A into dHs by dt, which is equal to 0 because Q is constant because it is coming out of pump. If we take this 2, then what is happening is Q naught equal to A into dH by dt. So what is Q naught of S is equal to AS into H of S. What is H of S by Q naught of S is 1 by AS. It's like this, you have the mixing tank. So I don't need to derive. V by Q is the mixing tank tau basically. And then another one is RC circuit. Is RC, time constant. So somebody is asking to show the previous slide. Well, there is no -1. It is directly AS. This is not general first order system. This is something which is different. These type of systems are called as integrating systems. These type of systems are called as integrating systems. These are called as integrating systems. Because this is 1 by AS. 1 by S kind of systems. So write this problem. A tank of volume 0.25 meter cube a tank of volume 0.25 meter cube and height 1 meter has an inlet flow of 0.05 meter cube per hour at steady state. Suddenly the inlet flow rate changes to 0.15 meter cube per hour and settles there. 0.15 meter cube per hour and settles there. The outlet flow rate is linked to the height of liquid level in the tank. The outlet flow rate linked to the height of liquid level in the tank as Q equal to 0.1 H. As Q equal to 0.1 H. Q equal to 0.1 H. The time at which the tank will begin to overflow is the time at which the tank will begin to overflow is just solve this problem. What is the answer? $1.73. So how do you solve this problem? So what is the tank transfer function? So this is, let's say, Q equal to 0.1 into H. So you can take it as H by 10. So what is the Laplace transfer function A R S plus 1? So this is inlet, this is outlet. So what is the transfer function? R is 10. What is area? Volume is 2.25 and height is 1. So what is area is 0.25. So area is 0.25 into 10. So plus 1. So what is the input? What is the step input? 0.1 by S. So basically the transfer function is 0.1 by S is forced to 10 by 2.5 S plus 1. So this is the 0.1 by S. Then what is the response that you get? H. H equal to kPa into 1 minus e power minus t by tau. So what is kp? 10. What is a? 0.1. 1 minus e power minus 2 by 2.5. So what is H is 1 minus e by 2.5. This is H. Clear? But what is capital H? Is nothing but small h minus hs into 1 minus e power minus t by 2.5. So what is small hs? Is nothing but the steady state value of height. So what is the steady state value of height? So what is the steady state value of height? Before the disturbance, what is the height of the level in the tank? So now if you go to at steady state, so at steady state, what is the tank is? Tank has an inlet flow rate of 0. meter cube per hour. Outlet is also sand curve. This is the steady state. But what is outlet relation, which is equal to 0.1 into H? So what is Hs equal to 0.5 meters? So the steady state height of the tank is 0.5 meters. So this gives H minus Sh equal to 1 minus e power minus t by 2.5. What is Hs? 0.5. So H minus 0.5, which is equal to 1 minus e power minus t by 2.5. So what is 0.5? Steady state height. H equal to 0.5 into 1 by 2.5. 2.5. So then when the tank will begin to overflow, that is height of the tank is 1 meter, not the liquid height. When the tank begin to overflow, when the tank will begin to overflow, when the height of the level is equal to 1 meter. When the height of the level is equal to 1 meter. So when height of the level equal to 1 meter, because tank height is 1, no. So if the level increase goes to 1, then the tank will begin to 1.5 equal to e power minus 2.5. This if we solve, you will get t equal to 1.73 hours. So by 1.73 hours, what happens is the height of the height will reach 1 meter. This is 1.73 hours. By 1.73 hours, the height of the tank reaches to 1 meter. H by R, no. Just compare this as H by R. Q equal to H by R. Then R equal to 10, no. A is 2 because volume is 0.25. What is volume? Volume is nothing but cross sectional into height of the tank, which is equal to 0.25. So height of the tank is 1, so area is 0.25. See, HS is steady state height of the level in the tank. Now you should not take it as 1. Then can somebody answer me why the tank has overflow? Why the tank has overflow? So, does that mean that for any tank it has a overflow, or only for this tank it has a overflow? See, outlet will also increase. Don't think that outlet will not increase. So outlet will also slowly increases because as the level increases, the outlet flow rate also increases because outlet flow rate depends upon the height now. So why do you have a overflow is what my question is. Why the tank has overflow is simple. You take the height relation, height equal to 1.5 into e power minus t by 2.5. So what will be the new steady state? So what will be the new steady state is what is the new steady state is 1.5. So the in the tank it has started, this is the previous steady state at time t equal to 0, this is the height. Now 0.05, this is 0.05. Slowly, now suddenly at time t equal to 0, you have increased this to 0.15. Then what happens is this height also increases and it is going to settle at a new height of 1.5 meters. But do you have that provision in the tank of, let's say, 1 meter? In 1 meter tank, can you reach 1.5 meters? No. That is why we'll have overflow. But if you repeat the problem, for, let's say, volume equal to 0.5 meter cube and height is equal to 2 meters, then there will be no overflow. Then there is no overflow. You can, because I kept the area same, 2.25 only. So whatever the new height that you are going to achieve will be same, 1.5. So the height of the tank is 2 meters. So 1.5 meters level is possible in the 2 meters tank. No, that is why there will be no overflow. Understood? See, the new steady state that it is going to increase, the new steady state it is going to increase is 1.5 meters. That 1.5 meters height is not possible in a tank of 1 meter height. That 1.5 meters height is not possible in a tank of 1 meter height. That is why you will have a overflow. Whereas if you take tank height of 2 meters, then you will not have any overflow. So this is height, no? What is h of infinity? That is the new steady state, no? H of infinity, which is 1.5 meters. See, KPA into A. Somebody is asking KPA into A. Where is KPA into A? Why you are saying KPA into A? That A is different, this A is different. Don't get confused with this A. This A is not area, this is magnitude of step change. This is 0.1. Magnitude of step change. So can you write the next problem? Next problem. Mixing tank we have discussed, no. V by Q is the time constant. So another problem. So can you write another problem? A thermometer, it's another problem. A thermometer is at steady state. A thermometer is at steady state at the rate of 25 degrees centigrade. 25 degrees centigrade. At time t equal to 0, it is transferred to a temperature bath of 100 degrees centigrade and kept it for 0.2 minutes and kept it for 0.2 minutes and kept it for 0.2 minutes 0.2 minutes and then it is returned to original bath at 25 degrees centigrade and then it is returned to original bath at 25 degrees centigrade. So what is the reading of the thermometer? What is the reading of thermometer at the rate of 0.2 minutes and 0.4 minutes? A thermometer which is at steady state at 25 degrees centigrade is kept in a temperature bath at 100 degrees centigrade for 0.2 minutes and then it is returned to the original bath at 25 degrees centigrade. Calculate the readings of the thermometer at 0.1 minute. Sorry, first one is 0.1 minute, 0.1 minutes and 0.4 minutes. See the thermometer time constant is 0.1 minutes. The thermometer time constant is 0.1 minutes. This is a pulse input. Tau is 0.1. So what is the let's say transfer function of the thermometer is 1 by tau s plus 1, 1 by 0.1 s plus 1. So up to t less than 0.2, you consider it as a step input only. Is it true or not? Up to t less than 0.2, the effect of pulse input is not there. So up to t less than or equal to 0.2, it is a step input. So it is a 1 by 0.1 s plus 1. And you have given 75 by s as the step change. Then what is my response? What is my response is 75 into what is Kp is 1 into 1 minus e power minus t by 0.1. So that is 75 into 10t. So this is capital Y. So what is capital Y is what is this capital Y? This small y minus what is its steady state value is 25. 75 into 1 minus e power minus t into 10. So this is y equal to 25 plus 75 into 1 minus e power minus t into 10. This is the temperature of the thermometer when time is less than or equal to 0.2. So what is the reading of the thermometer at 0.1 is equal to 25 plus 75 into 1 minus 0.1 into 10. So this is the reading of the thermometer at 0.1. Just calculate this value. So this is So up to point two less than minutes, this is the reading. So what is the answer that you got? .4. So can somebody calculate what is the reading of the thermometer at 0.2 minutes? What is the reading of the thermometer at 0.2 minutes? 89.8. So now how do we state this problem is second one. How do we solve this problem is, let's say this is 25, 100, 25. So the thermometer reading has started, and then this is the reading of the thermometer. It slowly increases and it has touched 89.4. Now, when the thermometer is at 89.4, you have taken the thermometer and you are keeping in a temperature bath. Now, how I define the problem is the thermometer which is at the rate of 89.4 is kept in a temperature bath at the rate of t prime. I am defining a new time scale, t prime time t equal to 0. So now this is, let's say 0, this is 0.2. This is t scale. T prime scale is 0 here. Now if you want to find out the reading at 0.4, then what is the question is, what is the reading of thermometer? What is the reading of thermometer at the rate of t bar is equal to 0.2? So t bar is equal to 0.2 refers to t equal to 0.4. T bar is equal to 0.2 refers to t equal to 0.4. So have you understood the problem? So you are defining it as a new problem. A thermometer which is at a temperature of 89.4 is kept in a temperature bath of 25. So that means now if I redefine this problem, what is the function is 1 by 0.1 s plus 1. Assume that the new steady state is, a hypothetical steady state is 89.8. 89.8 or 4? 89.8. So what is the step input that you are giving? 25 minus 89.8 by S. This is the step change that you are giving to the thermometer. So the response, output response is Y prime, new Y prime response. So what is this value? 89.8 minus 25? 64.8. 64.8. Clear? So now what is my Y prime is minus 64.8 into what is Kp is 1, Kp into tau into 1 minus e power minus t prime by 0.1. So this Y prime is minus 64.8 is the step change into 1 minus e power minus t prime by 0.1. I am trying to solve the pulse input also as a step input. But what is this Y prime is nothing but small Y prime minus what is its new steady state? 89.8. So minus 64.8 into 1 minus e power minus t prime by 0.1. So what is Y prime is equal to 89.8 minus 64.8 into 1 minus e power minus t prime by 0.1. So now what you need to calculate is what is Y prime of 0.2. So that is nothing but this Y prime of 0.2 is nothing but Y of 0.4. 0.4. So where this minus 64.8 has come is this difference 25 minus 89.5. A thermometer which is at 89.5, it has kept in a temperature bar 25. So what is the step change is 25 minus 89.8. So that is what. So otherwise, if you want to solve this as a pulse input, it becomes a very big problem. Any questions till now? So tomorrow you have the same class 5 to 6:30, same time. But Saturday, Sundays I will take little more time, maybe 1 hour extra. Saturday, Sundays. So I think we'll with this one chapter 1 is completed. So we will start tomorrow chapter 3, not chapter 2, because chapter 2 is also same thing. Morning actually I do not have any chance because from 6:45 the FM class is there. So I hardly get, let's say, 45 minutes from 6 to 6:45. Maybe I will ask if there is any chance of, let's say, 6:30 to 7:30. If FM Diwali holiday, when you have? Tomorrow will be same 5 to 6:30 class. So Saturday, Sunday, I will take little more time, maybe 2.5 hours, 2.5 hours, because it is holiday. Holiday. So Saturday, do you want to maybe we can discuss tomorrow? Not an issue. So we'll so this is chapter 1. So we'll wind up here, and then tomorrow we'll start chapter 3, because chapter 3 is the big chapter in the entire syllabus. So which may take, let's say, at least 6-7 classes. And chapter 3 is the one which is more important also. Chapter 3. Chapter 2 is something which is very simple. So that is why I will discuss that as the last one. So I will start chapter 3, which is actually closed loop systems and control. So if you have any doubts, I will take the doubts now. So I did not understand how t equal to comes under step input, because when t is less than 0.2 minutes, it has not experienced the pulse change, because when t is less than 0.2 minutes, it is as if you are continuing the 100 degrees only. That is why till t less than 0.2 minutes, you can take it as a simple step input. So the one that we are solving teaching is enough for your GATE exam. Now you do not have time to read the textbooks unless you have very different. The process is first order only. Thermometer means by default it is first order. So why it is 1 by 0.1 s plus 1? Because it is Kp by, for that thermometer, it is 1 by tau s plus 1. No, tau is 0.1 given. Yes, you can leave. Tau is 0.1.